A very good evening, everyone. So we'll be starting off with the business session for today. So we have only one update on behalf of the President of Education. So regarding the role takers for the next week. So all the roles are open. So anybody interested can contact Toastmasters. That's all from business session. Sergeant, you can take.
Very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Everybody here has a smartphone.
Yes.
I request you to take out your smartphone right now. Please do it. Maybe not, the guests don't need to do it. Please take out your smartphones. Open WhatsApp and go to the Macon Communication Club page. Macon Communication Club group. I wanted to look at the poster that was sent out today. Are you looking at it? Yes. Can anybody guess who is that smart person in that poster?
Udanka.
Sai Snehal.
Sai Snehal.
You're right. That is Sai Snehal forgetting everything and riding. Probably on nice road, am I right, Sai? Which happens to be the theme for today. F.E.A.R. Forget everything and ride. The last time I checked, F.E.A.R. stood for face everything and rise. Now the abbreviation has changed. Well, we are all about abbreviations in this club, right? A.K. Prabhakar sir is not here today. He is famous for his acronyms. U Bhat sir had his own acronym for being a humorous speaker, CASH, right? And I am really suspicious as to who came up with this theme for today. Forget everything and write, because it is supremely specific about what one person loves to do. He loves to forget everything and write. In fact, if he was allowed to do it every day, he would do it every day. Forget everything and ride on his motorbike. Well, that person is also a BCom graduate from Jain University, currently working at PwC. He is a stock market enthusiast who is a passionate traveler and a dog lover. His dream is to go to Leh Ladakh and try out all the adventure sports. Exactly, forget everything and ride. Please put a big round of applause for our president.
A very good evening to all the Toastmasters and to all the guests present today. So I request all the guests present here to just raise from where you're seated and please introduce yourself to the club. We'll be starting off from the left.
So hi everyone, I'm Sachin. So I come from Konkan side. I've been pursuing CA and BCom as well.
Myself Parliamentary. I'm a landscapist working as that. One of my friends told me to join here to improve communication.
Good evening, Toastmasters guys. My name is Sheeb. This is my second time at this very auspicious club. Today I came to know that this is the home club of the international director. What a privilege! So I am so fortunate to get a speaking slot here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I am Hema. So this is my third visit for the Toastmaster session, and I am a LLB professional.
Good evening everyone, my name is Dhanush and I'm currently studying in 9th grade in DPS, and this is my first session in this club. It was influenced by my mom.
So usually in our club there is age restriction, 18 and above. If he's interested, there is children's club, Gammon club, and I hope you become a member soon. So I welcome all the guests today, and I request Toastmaster Pavani, the secretary, to read out the MOM of meeting number 1211.
A very happy evening, everyone. Here are the minutes of meeting number 1211 held on 1st of May 2023. Theme: Hero, Villain and the Epic Battle. Word of the week: Gamut. The business session started at 6:27 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmaster Gaurav. In the business session, the following point was addressed: Vice President Education Toastmaster Sanjana mentioned that all roles were open for the next meeting. Interested members were requested to contact her for the same. The regular meeting started at 6:28 p.m. Associate Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Lakshmi started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Gaurav. President Toastmaster Gaurav opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Raja. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Raja spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, R-Counter Toastmaster Sindhushri, Grammarian Toastmaster Pavani, PP Evaluator DTM Udanka. The prepared speech session had the following speeches, had 2 speeches. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Dhanush, attempting level 1 project 1, evaluated by Toastmaster Lakshmi. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, attempting level 4 elective, evaluated by Toastmaster Sanjana. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Balaji AS and had 9 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by DTM U Bhat. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjana and Toastmaster Lakshmi, Best Table Topic Speaker, Toastmaster Sindhushri, Best Role Taker Tab G, Toastmaster Pavani, Best Role Taker MTG, Toastmaster Balaji AS. The President closed the meeting at 8:21 p.m., which was followed by the National Anthem. Thank you and back to you, President.
Is there any changes in the MOM? If not, I open meeting number 1212. As the sergeant told that I'm a avid biker or something, I'm not a biker. I don't call myself a biker because of course I own a bike, but I've been on a ride for like 4 to 5 times, that's it. So I don't call myself a biker or a rider per se. But can I have a raise of hands, people who love to drive bikes or car or anything else? Okay, you can put your hands down. I just wanted to see that you guys are active. Okay, so there are so many people ride bikes and cars. They have their own reasons to do so. For example, the team said forget everything and ride. But according to me, people ride or drive to forget the thoughts or the pressure that they have in their life. I have been to many rides, many as in 4 to 5 to be precise, and I've been to many rides, like 4 to 5 rides to be precise, and in that 4 to 5 rides I've been to different kinds of rides. There have been my first ride was from Bangalore to Kundapura, which is 450 kilometers one day. And that being my first ride, I didn't expect that we'll be going in bike first spot. I didn't have my own bike by then. So when my friends came and asked me that, they're planning for a trip to Kundapura, I'm like, okay, nice. I'm okay with it. And they're like, you're planning to go in bike. I'm like, are you serious? Bike 450 kilometers. Okay, but how are you planning to how are you planning to drive for 450 kilometers? Like, don't worry, we'll be going 2 in 1 bike. So if one person gets tired, the other person can swap and he can continue the journey. I'm like, okay, sounds like a good plan. He's like, please come, it's gonna be a very good adventure. I was up for the adventure, but before that I was in another adventure asking permissions from my parents. Because they're always happy with me traveling. They're like, wherever you want to go, you go. But the only concern they have is, how are you going? So I asked my parents that I'm going to Kundapura. They're like, okay, fine, pack your bags and go, no problem. And my dad asked me, how are you going? I'm like, I'm going in bike. 450 kilometers, are you serious in bike? That time I didn't have my own bike. Like, are you planning to go in Access? I'm like, no, I'm planning to go with my friend who has his own bike. They're like, no, you're going in bike, you're the only son we have. What if you meet with an accident, something happens? And then I had to somehow convince them. They're like, okay, fine, your life, you do what you want to do. Then we started our journey at 9 o'clock in the night. And we are driving throughout the entire night. Of course, we're not speeding like maniacs, we're around 50 to 60. And we reached Kundapura next day at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning. The trip was amazing. We stayed there for 2 days and again we came back to Bangalore. And after coming back home the next day, oh my god, my back was in such heavy pain. Because the bike I was sitting was classic 350, the Royal Enfield. It was 2016 model. It used to vibrate like anything. Like, you know, after traveling 450 kilometers on that vibration machine, my back was on a toss. My dad and my mother is like, you seriously wanted this, now you suffer. I was not able to sit properly or lie down properly. After that, I decided I'm not going to go for any bike rides. Whatever it is, I'm going to take car. Then I got my own bike. I'm like, now it's again bike ride. I've been to different kinds of rides, and once I'd been to this ride with my own bike. So I've been with group of friends. While going, it was full sunny. It was very nice atmosphere to ride. While coming back, it started raining, like how it started a few hours back over here. I couldn't see road also properly. I and my other friend who was sitting behind my bike was already drenched, right? And I asked him, do you want me to stop? He's like, we are already wet, so there is no point stopping, just go. I rode 1 hour on that bike with that heavy rain. I don't know how I survived. I was scared where I'd fall. And after that ride, I got more confidence in driving bikes. But if you ask me, do you prefer a car or a bike? I always prefer a car. Because that is more safe, being more safe, and I don't like to get wet whenever I'm outside. So I prefer a car over a bike. But of course, the bike maniacs over there, like Sai Snehal or Udanka, they would say, you know, bike is always the best thing that you can own, right? I've been with them on a ride as well, and trust me, if you're going for a ride with them, have your own map, don't follow them. After 5 minutes, they'll be somewhere, I'll be somewhere. I don't like to speed. I don't like to go above 80. They'll be going in 120, 130. Where will I catch them? I'll be having my own map. So if you're going a ride with them, please do carry your own map. So with this, I like to jump off in the introduction of the Master of Ceremonies of the day, and let's see what he has towards this team. So he's a BCom graduate from Transcend Group of Institutions. He loves playing chess, cricket, and badminton. He has represented himself in school in various chess competitions, and the surprising factor is that he has cleared not 1 or 2 but 5 levels in Western dance. I didn't know they had 5 levels in dance also. The only dance I know is Tamte dance. So with a huge round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmasters.
Don't fear dying, fear not living. Let's ride. A very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and my esteemed guests. Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for that warm introduction. You heard the sergeant and the president speak about their way of looking at the theme. And coming to my take on the theme, there are a lot of hurdles and speed breakers throughout our journey of life. But if we fear for those obstacles, our purpose of life would be lost and we would be out of the race in the journey of our life. Instead, just make up your mind, forget about everything that is hampering your way, and just throw a spotlight on your goals, and none can stop you from achieving it. Similarly, in order to sabotage the hurdles and to ensure a smooth ride in the journey of our lives, an altruistic person named Ralph C. Smedley started Toastmasters in the year 1924 at YMCA Santa Ana, California. There are 280,000 plus members across 144 countries with 14,700 member clubs, and one such prestigious club is our Mekon Communication Club, which was started in the year 1998. The purpose of this club is to help its members improve their communication and their leadership skills. Now, I've actually planned a trip today, so let me take you all through it. Since the guests are new to this trip, let me explain you the route map of our journey. Number 1, the prepared speech session, where the speakers get time to prepare for a speech on a subject of their choice as per the guidelines of their manual. Number 2, the table topic session, where the speakers are chosen randomly and given a topic to which they have to respond immediately. And number 3, the general evaluation session. This is a session where the speakers and the proceedings of the meeting will be evaluated and the feedback will be given. In order to ensure a smooth and a safe ride, 4 rules have to be followed. Firstly, when we are riding, we come across the signals showing us when to stop, when to slow down, and when to go ahead with red, yellow, and green signals. So, in order to display that, we have the timer for today, Toastmasters Sushruth.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed. Today I noticed one thing. Everybody were telling the role name is the timer, but I noticed it's time manager, which is I'm very much proud of for taking the role. So, as a time manager, I'll be noting down the time taken by each speaker. For a prepared speech session, I'll be showing green card for 5 minutes and yellow card for 6 minutes and red card for 7 minutes. So 7 minutes is the most you can take. And for table topics, I'll be showing green card for 1 minute, yellow card for 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card for 2 minutes. And for evaluation session, I'll be showing green card for 2 minutes, yellow card for 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card for 3 minutes. I'll be giving my reports when called upon. Thank you, Anna.
Next up, in order to make note of the speed breakers we had in our journey, I would like to call the R counter for today, DTM Evaluator.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome. Yes, you have put the nail on the head with calling as the speed breakers of a speech. That's exactly what an R is. Because however well we prepare a speech and try to deliver it, there are certain impediments which rob the effectiveness of a speech. These are these R's, ums, there is some disconnect between your thinking and speaking, R's and ums, or there are some repeated words, and so we try to repeat it. All these things, and there may be some unnecessary pauses which rob again the effectiveness of the speech. Where it's not required, you use a pause. Maybe you are trying to remember something. So these are the things. And there are some repeated words and crutch words which you try to hold on to because it has become part of us, part of our habit. It is not of lack of preparation, but it's part of our psyche. It has become. We have to try to overcome it so that we can improve the effectiveness of the speech. As the R counter of the day, my job is to keep track of such things, of each speech which is being delivered here, keep a track of it, and tell you during general evaluation how many you have used, what you can do to improve that. Just whenever the general evaluator calls me, I'll give my report. With that, back to you.
Moving on, in order to make sure we are well disciplined throughout our trip, with keeping in mind the rules and the regulations, we have the Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator for today, Toastmaster Shiva.
Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The theme for today is forget everything and ride. We Indians take it literally when we go on the road. Footpath, divider, road, everything is same. Let us not do that. Let us not forget everything today. As the Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator will be watching you regarding if you come here and speak about sex, politics or religion, please try and refrain from speaking about such topics. Also, enter or exit this room only during an applause, right? Or else it can disturb the speakers. Please avoid speaking when anybody is here at the lectern because it can distract them, derail their speech. Also, finally, keep your mobile phones on silent. If you haven't done it, please do it right now so that it doesn't disturb the speakers. I'll begin my report in the general evaluation back to the masters.
Lastly, on our ride, we'll come across several signboards in our journey. If you do not pay attention to it, then there are high chances of accidents. So in order to keep us alert throughout the meeting, or I would say throughout our ride, we have the Grammarian for today, Toastmaster Mamatha.
Thank you, Ujwal.
for that introduction of a grammarian. It was very new for me. As a grammarian, not exactly grammarian. Actually, today when I'm reading the news in a Google online, by next another 2-3 years, the communication skills will be having a greater role to take part in our jobs. That's what. So we are here in Mekon to improve our communication skills and to get a better future for our research, especially people who are getting graduated in next 2 years. Please concentrate on the communication. That's the first step for any person to get the job. As a grammarian, I'll be making note of what is a good words which is being used during the whole session and what is not so good words which is used during the whole session. Word of the day is phlegmatic. Meaning is having or showing a slow and stolid temperament. Usage is as a captain of Indian cricket team, Dhoni's greatest asset was his calm, phlegmatic attitude. I'll make note of whoever has used this today's word of the day. Thank you and back to you.
Alright, thank you role takers for explaining your roles. Let's make it a thrilling ride. So my dear Toastmasters, fasten your seatbelts and let us begin our journey. Our first location on our route map is a prepared speech session. Here, just like how you feel amazed going on a highway, you will have a very clean, subtle experience as you get to see a plethora of amazing speeches from our speakers. So before I call upon the first speaker, I would like to call the most philosophical or intellectual person of our club, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, Toastmasters, welcome guests. Project purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Notes for the evaluator. The member completing this project is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech they create must be well written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet their expressed purpose statement with a well executed speech. About this speech, the member will present a well organized, well delivered speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. All the best to the speaker. Back to you, MC of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. The speaker is a sales professional with 2 decades of corporate experience. He is currently working as a sales consultant. His interest lies in traveling and listening to music. The speaker is attempting Level 1 Project 2 with his speech titled Where Leaders Are Mad. So please help me to welcome Toastmaster Sheeb with a huge round of applause.
Ken Robinson said, "What you do for yourself dies with you when you leave this world. And what you do for others lives on forever." Mr. Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
I lived my childhood days at a village in Kerala. I had 3 roommates. My dad, my mom, and my younger brother Mohan. In Kerala, the June and July months are full of monsoon rains. Rain on the green grass, rain on the tree top, rain on the house top, everywhere rain. The canals and ponds were immersed and overflowing with raining water. And it's playtime for myself and the young Mohan. We both jump into the water, the puddles, splash the water outside, and enjoy the dripping and drizzling raindrops. And here comes Mama with a stick to avoid us getting drenched. But guess who gets drenched? It's Mama, right? Though it was playtime for the boys, it was hard time, tough time for their father. My father, a part-time farmer, has to move around the land to avoid the clogging of water so that we are safe. On one such flooded day, we saw puppies floating in the water. Look like dead puppies. My dad went to fetch the puppies. He came with the puppies. And we looked at the puppies. The puppies are alive, but Mama, annoyed. She shouted, "Why are you bringing these puppies home? I don't think these puppies are going to survive this rain. You are wasting your time." And my dad phlegmatically responded by making a kennel with sticks and straws. He said, "It makes a difference to these puppies." We two became V4. Myself, Mohan, Tipu and Tiger. Tipu and Tiger made all the difference because life was not the same after that. In our place, we call father as Acha. And my dad, my Acha, both Acha. The heavy rains continued. I saw my dad trying to plant a jack tree sapling. He was completely drenched and soaked in rainwater. Droplets sliding through his bald head. That's our family hairstyle. Those days, a normal jack tree would take 15 years to give fruit. And my dad, 55 years. I did the calculation. I said, "Dad, this jackfruit tree is not going to help us. You are wasting your time in this heavy rain." He looked at me and said, "Son, all these trees you see here were not planted by me or by you. They were all seeded and sowed by people who left this land long ago. My dear son, our job is to not worry about the results, returns or rewards. Our calling is to do the best we can so that someday someone will benefit in some way." His words convinced me that he is mad, out of his mind and out of his trees. A few years later, my dad passed away. And for my dad's funeral, friends and families shared stories of how my dad touched their lives with his generosity, dedication and charity. The jack trees my dad left behind became a constant reminder for me to do someday for something for someone. But what jack trees will I leave behind? That was my constant question. Recently, I attended Area B2 Division B contest. There were very few Toastmasters in the audience. After the completion of the table topic contest, one young Toastmaster came up to me and said, "Hi, I am Toastmaster Akash Krishnan from Thomson Reuters Toastmaster Club." I said, "Hi." He said, "Thank you so much." I was wondering, why is he thanking me? He said, "It's always a pleasure when someone gives their undivided attention when you speak. Today, you gave me your active listening skills so that it improved my performance." His words didn't touch me that time. But later, when I thought, it meant so much. Honestly, right now, I'm speaking in a different club. This is not a comfortable space. My legs are shivering and my palms are sweating and my chest is, yes, it's pounding. But when I look at you, I see compassionate eyes. I see nodding heads and I see reassuring expressions. You don't realize what difference you are making to my speech. But the gift of active listening you have is making a difference to my confidence, to my journey and to my happiness. Toastmasters, where leaders are made or mad, I say mad because making a difference. My dad was mad, always making a difference. Tipu and Tiger were mad, making a difference. You may be possessing a small gift in your opinion, but you don't realize how much that can change someone else's life. So dear Toastmasters, whenever you go around, cover yourself with little gifts which might impact other people's life. You don't realize when you are mad to someone, making a difference. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheeb Kumar, for making that difference by delivering this wonderful speech. Now, moving on to the second speaker for today, I would like to call the Raja of our club, Toastmaster Raja, to read out the project guidelines.
Forget everything and write. Looks like there is a lot of fast and furious fans in the house tonight. The speaker that I'll be evaluating is attempting her level 3 elective project. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Notes for the evaluator: the member completing this project is focusing on using stories in a speech or creating a speech that is a story. The member may use any type of story, personal, well-known fiction, or her own creation. I'll be giving the evaluation when called upon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. The speaker is a lawyer by profession. She loves to work out and has a keen interest in theatrics. Listening to podcasts is her favorite pastime, and most importantly, a true RCB fan just like me. The speaker is attempting a level 3 elective project with a speech title Exam Escapade. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So please help me to welcome Toastmaster Sanjana with a thunderous round of applause.
4th of July 2015. While America celebrated its Independence Day, Jain College Vivipuram had other plans. It celebrated the day by keeping 2 tests back to back. One was biology and the other one was physics. I had studied in detail about mitosis. Mitosis is a type of cell division where 2 daughter cells have the same kind and number of chromosomes just like the parent nucleus. I had learnt it by heart. I had put my heart and soul into biology. But I treated physics as though she was my stepdaughter. The only thing I knew in physics was Ohm's law. Wait. Not the concept, but just the definition by itself, which would have fetched me 1 mark. By now, you all must be wondering, hey, what about the numericals? For which my answer is Govinda. Good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. The first paper was biology. I explained the concept of mitosis, then meiosis, drew the diagrams very neatly, and then came the much awaited disaster. That was my physics paper. Define Ohm's law and explain the same with its derivation. Now I diligently defined Ohm's law and then I looked at the question paper. I did not know the answer for any of the questions. Now I started tallying. After 10 times of tallying, I was reassured again that I would only score 1. But 1 out of 50? Well, that was like blasphemous. Getting 1 out of 50, showing it to a family where if Kannada was their first language, math and science was their second language. And 1 out of 50 was unacceptable
apple from a firstborn child. So what did I do? Do you all remember watching Three Idiots where Madhavan wanted to get off the plane? What did he do? What did he do, MC?
Yeah, he thought that I've got a heart attack, so.
He fainted,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Well, I did the same thing, but of course, me being me, I had to put in some extra masala. I puked, my hands started shivering, and finally, I fainted. Now, this is called method acting. All my friends who had to write their exam, they thought it would be wise enough to spend their time watching my shenanigans. And that's when the bus started. Hey, what happened? What happened to her? Why did she puke? And that's when they started their own conspiracy theory. Yesterday, she ate gobi manchurian at the roadside. She didn't sleep the whole night. I asked her to take an L-Doper. Along with vomiting, she also has loose motion. All this was happening while Anaya came in to help me with some water and she made me sit on the chair. All this while, my eyes were closed. But come on, when the whole class is talking about you and when everybody's attention is on you, your eyes, even though when they are closed, it would tend to go like this. Similarly, naturally, I did the same thing. That's when my invigilator told that as I was unfit to write my exam and I was already creating a commotion in the class, it would be wise to take me to the sick room and make me get some rest. But how? I was already pretending as if I had fainted and I had lacked all the energy to walk and go to the sick room. And I'm not a puny person to be carried around. And back then there were no wheelchair facilities in my college. That's when my invigilator came up with a brilliant idea. She took me like this. Now the whole class started laughing. But come on, I had to be in my character. I couldn't laugh. I controlled so much. But when the clown of the class started laughing, when his laugh was funnier than the joke itself, I gave up and I laughed. That's when I immediately regretted and said to myself, oh Sanjana, what did you even do? Now the invigilator will think that you're all fit and fine and you can write the exam. That's when another teacher jumped in and said, Papa, look at this girl. She's feeling so helpless about her state. She doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. Phew, what a savior. I was then taken to the sick room. And but I had to put up my fight until the last minute. That's when I said, so please sir, I'll go and write my exam. I'd studied so hard. That's when he said, what ma, you'll write your exam? You can't even walk. What, you'll write your exam? First health, then test and then exam. I sighed in relief. And finally, my parents were called to pick me up. My father was fuming in anger because he had already known that this was one of my theatrical antics to skip an exam. And I was reassured by the teachers that my paper will not be evaluated as I fell sick and I would be given a retest. This was the story how I skipped my physics exam, and I was also the reason why the whole class scored very less in physics. Well, the aftermath of skipping my physics exam was also interesting. It took place at my house. But I shall save that story for my next speech. With this, I would give back to the charge to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sanjana, for delivering such a humorous speech, and I really liked your idea. After a smooth journey, we have reached our second location on our map, that is the table topic session. Here, you don't have a highway or a phlegmatic experience, but instead, you'll have a topsy and turvy roads which will give you the most thrilling experience. So in order to take us through this thriller horror-struck ride, we have a special person with us who is an extreme ambivert, currently working as a global strategic partnership and alliance manager at Kalera. Yeah. He loves South Indian breakfast, a hardcore RCB fan and Liverpool fan. He loves to play Dota 2 and Counter-Strike. He likes to skill up and explore new things. He's also looking forward to have his own startup one day. So please help me to welcome our table topic master for today, Toastmasters Dhanush, with a thunderous round of applause.
So last week I gave my first icebreaker. So in the general evaluation, MU Bhat sir told he was impressed with my table topic. So I'm like, what can I do next? I become the table topic masters. So then I took up this role with all diligence. I just wrote all the topics, but I also forgot that before I start up, I have to introduce everyone. That particular thing I forgot. Now I just realized even I have to come and talk. So I'm just randomly talking for 2 minutes. So I'll just tell the rules of the table topic. So it's not scary, guys. Be phlegmatic. It is not scary like how our MC scared you guys. It's a fun event. So whoever is coming here, please be confident and have fun. So the first note for the timer is so I'll be giving out random questions to everyone in the room. The speaker will get around 1 minute to talk. At 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow card will be shown, and at 2 minutes, the red card will be shown. So let's start off. The first question is, and by the way, the questions which I've taken is all like I'm trying to be Karan Johar and be there all over the place, right? And it's related to random things. It's not related to the team at all. So the first question is, if you were a host of a TV show, who was the celebrity you would call, and what are the 3 questions you will ask? This question goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. If you are a host of a TV show, who is the celebrity you would call, and what are the 3 questions you would ask?
Very good evening to all of you who are assembled here. Very good table topic subject as given to the old man of that studies. When we do a different business or this thing, generally opening of the business takes place. I opened a TV showroom. Naturally, a question is asked by many people, whom are you going to invite? I asked them, whom do you like to invite? Some people came, why don't you invite president of the Toastmaster of the Jainagar? Why don't you invite the LCR trust manager? All that came. Then finally one suggestion came from one beautiful person, why don't you invite, who is the world beauty of this, who got Abhishek wife? They suggested me to invite Aishwarya. I mobilized all resources, calling Aishwarya and coming, meeting her 5-star hotel. And anyhow, I thought if I invite her, my business will go up like anything. I can make more money. Like that, I thought in a different way and spent a lot of money to invite her to the Bangalore. She reached Bangalore, but at the same time, the opening was scheduled at 11 o'clock. You know the traffic in Bangalore. Even though she was here and there in the Ashoka Hotel, in the Wilson Hotel, what is that? It's a 5-star hotel. she was unable to reach at 11 o'clock. Even 11:30 she couldn't came. And all the guests who were assembled, they started scolding me. This fellow has made a fun out of it. He has never invited there and making a drama here. Like that, they scolded. What a poor man can do at that time. He has to accept all the humiliation and all the criticism faced by those people. That was a horrible experience in my life. I thought from henceforth, I should not invite these beautiful peasants to the anymore. Thank you.
I think I will appeal to Netflix that there should be a show with you and Aishwarya Rai in it. And I'm pretty sure it will be a super hit. So the next question is, if you were casted as a hero or a heroine, like the blockbuster movie of like KGF or Bahubali, who would you choose as your heroine? This goes to Toastmasters Sushruth.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. So I was very much confused whether to come today or not because of two things. One, I was not wearing shoes, and if AKP sir came, he would definitely scold me. And two, last time I had spoken about drumstick in my table topics and sat next to Dhanush. I was thinking in my mind that he would give any topic about drumstick itself. And when the topic came, I definitely thought this will be for me itself. And I want to ask you itself, with this much muscles, would Prashant accept me as a KGF hero?
CGI.
If that would happen, I would definitely choose someone like very beautiful, like what they call Miss Universe as a heroine for my movie itself. If she didn't accept also, I would ask Prashant to do CGI as he would do for my body. And thank you for, and back to
Hopefully Prashant will cast you for KGF 4. So the next question is, if you were a kid caught doing illegal activities, if you had a kid, hypothetically, and you caught your kid doing illegal activities, how would you give the talk? This goes to Toastmasters Shiva.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that wonderful topic. See, a lot of parents might say, back in our days, Namkaldali, we were such good kids, so well behaved. And look at our kids, look at the current generation. So bad, horrible. The generation has gone to the dogs. But then, me as a parent, I would be different. I will not treat my kids like dogs. Like as if we give birth to kids to get our housework done. If my kid gets caught doing illegal stuff, that's it. It's okay. This is your age, right? This is the age we all make mistakes. In case I say to my kid, that day if I say to my kid that you are the worst person in the world, you have done something illegal, this is wrong, you have hurt somebody, you should not be doing this, you should not exist, you should just go and die. If I say that, it has a profound impact on the kid's mental health. And after he grows up, why am I assuming it is a he? After he or she grows up, things can have an impact there, right? So the power of words, as said by the world champion of public speaking once upon a time, Mamatha. You tell your kid, you don't hurt their ego. You tell them in a very nice manner that you have gone wrong. It is okay. People make mistakes, but maybe next time you can do better, right? There is always next time. Table topic.
That was wonderful. If I ever have a kid, please adopt it. So the next question is, if you were the CEO of Facebook, aka Meta now, what was the new feature you would want to introduce and or change this goes to guest Hema.
Good evening, everyone. If I was a CEO of Facebook, first of all, I am not so addicted towards all these things. Yes, I am active in Facebook, but lots of features which I do not know. Maybe I will kind of make a tutorials wherein people like new learners. So there will be some tutorials wherein they can go through the Facebook or Meta, whatever, so that they come to know the different features of particular website. So that's what I would try to attempt to do. Thank you.
Sai, just send this video to Zuckerberg, no? Hopefully it works out. So the next question is, imagine you're the richest CEO in the world, but you don't have any time for your friends or family. Now, would you take up the role or would you not? This goes to this question goes to DTM Udanka.
Thank you for this lovely topic, Table Topics Master. How many of you think I will take this role? Raise of hands, please. People who know me at least. Okay, others think I will not take up the role. In this case, what I'll do is I'll definitely take up the role, and I'll hire a sub person for this. Because I'm the richest CEO of a person, I am able to pay one of the best CEO whom I can afford. So I'll make sure I take up the position, afford one more CEO, place him under me, and I go enjoy with my friends and family. So I don't want to miss on both the opportunities, because one hand I'll be the richest CEO of the world, and on the other hand I cannot let my family or friends go away from my hand. So yes, I would use this opportunity like this, and probably if not, I can have multiple CEOs in my place and make sure my week's job is done in a day, and I can get more fame and other stuff. So I can do all jugaads, whatever I want. With that, back to you.
Thank you, Udanka. So hopefully you become the richest CEO and hire me and give me a good paying job as well. So the next question, what is your retirement plan? Goes to our oldest member in the club, Sanjana.
I have not even joined college yet. Let's see, my retirement plan would probably to not be broke, have enough money to buy a house in probably Maldives or something, and live by the beach side. I would probably want to retire by 40 and live my life and probably work hard until 40 and then buy a house by the beach side and live there the rest of my life. So yeah, thank you.
So Sanjana wants to be like Hrithik Roshan from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. So the next question is, which movie inspired you the most? This and why? This question goes to Toastmasters Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests. I am not a movie buff. Hardly I have seen any movies, but one movie which I have seen recently is Kantara. That really made me to look into the various dimensions of filmmaking. Technically very strong. There is a storyline and audience involvement starting till ending. Fantastic. From the photography point of view, maybe Udanka will agree with me. From the photography point of view, Kantara is one of the highly technically photography point of view it is being done. Am I right?
Yes.
So that way this one movie made me to change the perspective of seeing the cinematography as a whole. There is a villain, there is a hero, everything is there. Initially, the hero seems to be villain, but ultimately he changed himself. That means what really goes inside us, which is not visible, is one part, which is intangible. What is visible is tangible. We come to conclusion considering only the tangible part of it, unfortunately. Intangibles we totally ignore. Thereby we come to conclusion about a person very wrongly. This one particular lesson I learned from movie Kantara. This education changed my perception of looking about various life situations. Thereby, I made myself a better person today, standing in front of you, confident, so speaking confidently. This is the plus point of having seen the Kantara. Thank you and back to you.
I truly believe Kantara was one of the best masterpieces Kannada industry has ever given to us. So the next question is junk food always the tastiest food? This question goes to U Bhat. Distinguished Toastmaster U Bhat.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. A wrong question to be asked you a wrong question because I don't, not that I cannot comment on junk food because I don't like it. I would like Vidyarthi Bhavan masala dosa any day better than a Pizza Hut, pizza or a Burger King's burger or whatever it is. Because I feel all this junk food, what we see in the market today, that is so much hyped. It is something, nothing more than pure marketing by these multinational companies, mainly from the United States. And unfortunately, I'm not bringing here the generation gap, but when I see youngsters falling prey to that and forgetting about our own tastiest foods that is available in abundance in all over, different kinds of cuisines available, and falling prey to that and getting attracted to that by advertisement, because what they say, taste one thing good about one important thing about taste is always acquired. It is not something inherent in a person. So these multinationals, they deliberately create that demand and interest and say that it is nice thing, it is in thing to eat the junk food, or what you call the pizza or burger or whatever you call it, and we fall prey to it. Only my understanding is that we should not fall prey to such things which is being marketed by these multinationals. Try to see what best is available in our own backside, which are healthy, which are filling, and which will definitely will not spoil your health, and not this too much of cheese and frying and that kind of thing. So I would say that as far as I am concerned, I would any day go again for a masala dosa, maybe of Sri Krishna Bhavan instead of a Pizza Hut. Back to you.
I would definitely agree to your points. Dosas are way better than burgers. So the next question is, if you were on a date, would you like to split the check, or do you expect the other person to pay? This goes to Toastmaster Gaurav.
Okay, a very good evening to all Toastmasters once again. I'm a little off the pitch when it comes to dating. It's been a very long time that I've been on a date, but yeah, I would always prefer to split the bill because that shows. Okay, there are so many things. I mean, I don't know how people think. Few people think in one perspective, others take in another perspective. I'm not proud of myself, but I've been on many dates before. It's not like something I want to brag upon or something. So I've been on many dates before. Once I offered to pay the entire bill, and the person I was with got very angry. She didn't call me back again. And I figured out from other of my friends saying that, why did you pay the entire bill? It's your courtesy for a guy to split the bill. It shows that you both are equal. I'm like, oh my god, so much things happening in bill. I'm like, okay, fine. next time I went, I told, okay, can we split the bill? So like, okay, fine, let's split the bill. And unfortunately, my payment got stuck and I was not able to do the payment again. She paid the entire bill. I again didn't see her after that. Then I went to my friends and they're like, why did you make her pay? Could have somehow arranged the amount, or you could have called me, I would have come and pay on off behalf. I'm like, oh my god, you're such a supportive friend, thank you. But I would always say split the bill, because again, that shows that you are also concerned that we both are equal, and that zamana is gone, that the guy has to pay the entire thing, the guy has to take care of everything. So always split the bill, thank you and that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. So next time, if it's a date or not, we're splitting the bill, is it? Okay. So the next question is, imagine you were not born in India. Which other country would you choose and why? Toastmaster Pavani.
Okay, I would not choose to be born in any other country. I would definitely choose to be born in India, because we know the positive and good sides of India, right, than other countries. Yeah, that's my take on the topic. Back to you. I didn't explain.
Yeah, we all love that we're in India, but imagine being in Hawaii or something like that. So the next question is, would you ever write a book? And what would be the title of that book? This goes to Toastmasters Jyothi Rao.
Good evening, table topic master, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It was very recently that I said I would want to write a book. Maybe in this not in this life. If I have a life after this life, I would. And the topic would be Once Upon a Rooftop. So when my children said, "What a crazy book! Why Once Upon a Rooftop?" I said, my thought is that I'm not writing this book in this life of mine. So if I'm going to come again, I'm sure at that time, people will not have seen a rooftop. They would be inside their house in an AC or cramped up into a room or house, working on a laptop, not knowing the fun of being on a rooftop, the terrace, the sky, the stars, and what all, like, this was the time when I was sitting with my colleagues at the office cafeteria on the canteen, and the rain was, we have a tin shed as a roof, and rain was falling and it was like giving a lot of sound. And there were so many things that, came to my mind that I would be writing in my next future life, if at all I am born again as a human. Because people at that time, those people who will read, will go back that once upon a rooftop, there were many things that could have happened. And that still can happen. And sitting on a rooftop, there are so much to look forward in life, with the blue sky, the green trees, and the length at which your eyes can go and look at the world ahead. So with that, I go back to give back the lecture to the.
So in my next life, I also want to be a movie director, so I'm taking the copyrights of the book already. So the next question is, what would you do if you were the PM for a day? This goes to Toastmasters Sai Snehal.
Table Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. What would I do if I was a PM for a day? We all know that elections is going around the corner. I'm not bringing any party into perspective, or Shiva will flag it off. But then, if you see India as a developing country, we lack in so many aspects that the world is already facing or already has. It's something we needed, but we somehow, the leaders choose to focus on things that really don't matter at times. Like better infrastructure, better roads, better everything, better state of living. Not a lot is possible in a single day. Maybe I can probably sign all the requests that were pending for so many days, sign all of them and get it approved within a day. That's something I can do because projects take years of time, but it can start moving with a single pen. That's the power the PM has. I wish they could use it in better aspects and better perspectives so the country really progresses. There's a movie that I saw, I think it was a Kannada movie, which says he was a CM for a day. That's what he did. He started moving things around within a single day and so much happened that it was really inspiring. Just imagine at the next level, being the PM. You get to do things and doing the right things really matter. All over it.
May 10th, hopefully the voting machine has your name in it. I'm definitely voting for you. So I'm come to the end of the topic. So basically when I read the guidelines, it said 10 to 12 topics. So I've strategically got only 12 topics. So I'm done for the day. So over to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmasters Dhanush, for conducting such a fun-filled table topic session. I think we are all tired of writing, right? Why don't we take a 10 minutes of break by having hot lemon tea with mini samosas and biscuits. Let us resume our journey after a short 10 minutes break. Alright, welcome back, fellow companions. As every journey has to end, we have come to the last location on our map, that is a general evaluation session. Apart from all the smooth, phlegmatic, topsy-turvy rides, there are other rides such as guard section and those narrow, scary rides. Here, without proper skill and focus, we cannot reach our destination safely. So, in order to recap all the learnings we had in our journey and to give feedback on what we need to work on our next trip, we have a kind-hearted person with us who is my mentee and a very good friend of mine. She is a BCom graduate and a passionate mandala artist. She has recently added reading books to her hobbies. Music and dance are go-to therapy, and her dream destination is Australia. So please put your hands together and welcome the secretary of our club, Toastmaster Pavani, with a thunderous round of applause.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Ujwal. A very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Alright, we have come to the last location on our map, and it's a recap. It's time for some recap. My role as a general evaluator is to evaluate the proceedings of the meeting and see to that everything has been done in line with the Toastmasters protocol. Overall, we had a very well-structured meeting, I would say, and nothing went out of the place. The meeting started at 6:20 p.m., 5 minutes late, but it's negligible. So the business session was very short and sweet. The president mentioned about the roles open for the upcoming meeting, that is all the roles are open for the next meeting. Firstly, the acting Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Shiva. As usual, his presence behind the lectern is impeccable. You just kick-started the meeting. You grabbed everyone's attention in the starting by asking us to open the WhatsApp group and check the poster and asked us who that person was. And that was a very creative way of starting the meeting, I would say, and it was done very effortlessly. You are the king of the humor, or the master of the humor. You sprinkled that humor and we all were in place, and that energy with which you started the meeting was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that creative take on the theme, And you also introduced the president very creatively. So I would like to appreciate you for that as well. And let us give him a huge round of applause. Next, we had our President Toastmaster, who is a very phlegmatic person, giving his address. You have done a wonderful job. You started the meeting with full of enthusiasm. Your introduction for the Master of Ceremonies was also done well. You also took the introduction of all the guests except for one. Can we have your introduction, ma'am? Like how you got to know about the club, and a bit of yourself as well.
Okay. Hi, I'm Apurva. Yeah, so I got to know Toastmasters online. I got to know it, and also one of my brother is actually a member of Republic of Toastmasters. So that I just brought in the keen interest in me to just wanted to experience it as a guest.
Thank you, ma'am. Hope you become the member of our club very soon. And then overall, a very fantastic job done. A huge round of applause for our President Toastmaster Gaurav. Next, coming to the minutes of the meeting, it was read by the secretary as usual. She did a great job, and she also has been meticulously sending the MOM at 7 a.m. A huge round of applause for herself. Let us quickly start with the evaluations. Before I call upon the first evaluator, I would like to ask both the evaluators if they had received the PDF well before in hand.
Yes.
Okay. Coming to the first speaker, Toastmaster Sheeb with his speech titled Where Leaders Are Mad, evaluated by Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Can I have your evaluations?
Thank you, G. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests. And my target speaker, Sheeb Kumar in particular. What a great speech. The speech structured around the purpose very well. The starting, what you do for yourself, what you do for others. That really made the entire audience, to get the attention of the audience. You used it very well. Your opening immediately engaged the audience attention. Your speech directly related to the purpose, the way leaders are made. It is a personal story which was original and it had meaningful explanation. You used the space behind the lectern very well. In certain areas, you use the voice modulation, changing the pitch from one another, that suited to your speech very well. Your body language in certain areas were very well synchronized with whatever your speech is all about. This is all about what went well. Coming to the area of improvement, you could have spoken with more enthusiasm. That is very important, because enthusiasm and assurances, showing interest in the audience and their confidence and their reaction, that would have added value to your speech. This really showed that it's a monologue type of speech. See, all the action, that is body language that we say, it is only the effect that we are seeing. That's point number one. Second thing is cause. If you take the cause and effect from the science, effect is visible. Cause, that related to your thought and feelings. Your thought related to meaning, whereas your feeling, that you may have to mention. Explain that. Bring the modulation part of it. Give the certain short space or something like that. Then look at the audience. These are all the things which are required. You could have given certain facts and figures to make your speech more authentic. These are all things which I observed as far as the areas of improvement is concerned. Coming to the summary part of it, overall, it's a good speech, fulfilled the project purpose. If I were to say, add one more thing, If you take one speech is equivalent to 100 marks. Your content is 50 marks maximum. Delivery is 30 marks. Language is 20, making it to 100. So in certain areas I felt that you are finding uncomfortable with your use of English. You need not worry about it because English is not our mother tongue. Speaking English itself is a great thing. Overall, it's a good speech. I want you to come back to our club, give more speeches so that we start learning more. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. My role as a general evaluator is just to evaluate the evaluator and not the speaker. You had great observations. You used the well-known sandwich method. I guess it was very easy for the speaker to understand where he has to improve and where he can challenge himself as well. You gave the speaker right insights, and everything was to the point, I would say, and I don't have anything to add to your evaluation. Let us give the speaker and the evaluator a thunderous round of applause. Moving on to the second speaker was Toastmaster Sanjana with her speech titled Exam Escapade, evaluated by Toastmaster Raja.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a warm welcome to the guest. What a great speech, Sanjana. It was very humorous, and this time all of your humor worked really well. And what I will do is, I will talk about two parts. The first one is what you delivered. This will be in terms of the content. The second one will be how you delivered. So this will include like your body language, eye contact, stage movement, facial expressions, voice, pauses, everything. So to start with, on what you delivered, all of your jokes worked really well. You had a good start. When you said Govinda, everybody laughed. You said like 1 out of 50 as a firstborn child is not acceptable, and people laughed. For all of these jokes, everyone laughed, and it landed really well. And you also used one technique. You said the only thing you know was Ohm's law, and again you brought that as the 1 out of 50 mark is that Ohm's law, right? You could have stressed a little bit more on that. This is called, you introduce something to the audience, and again you are bringing it up. So what happens is, like, since audience are already aware of that, that will create more impact. So the next one is, I'll come to the expressions, and your ending content was also good. And I would say, like, you have achieved your project guidelines, because you need to tell a story, right? And in that you told a story. I look for the villain and the hero. The villain in your story is like you're getting 1 out of 50 as a firstborn child, or your method acting, you know. So then your hero is like how you acted, and you got out of that, and all of that worked really well. And also you gave a message to the audience. There is an internal message. You just need to look at her entire story for that. And coming to how you delivered it, your facial expressions and the way you do is, it's like top notch, right? Like the expressions you give and all that. And also you did low voices, so that was also very good when she did that. She had good audience eye contact as well. And if I have to tell about the improvement areas, body language, there are two body languages, right? One is open and another one is closed. You are very good in certain areas when you're telling that. The thing is, you start closing at some time and you start taking the knuckles out of your fingers, so that should be avoided. And also you are too close to the table. It would be better, you know, a little bit step back. That would have been even better. And I'm not sure you told Pavani that you were going to pull her, because Pavani was sitting here and thinking, should I go back or should I just stay here? So but it was a part of your act. It was fantastic. So these are the areas that you can work upon in terms of your body language. But other than that, your speech itself was so humorous, and you were in the flow, and you didn't stammer or anything. You were just freely speaking to the audience, so that which was like really fantastic. So all the best for your future speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. You were able to evaluate all the relevant points and what the project calls for, and I guess the speaker got the right insights. You gave her you touched each and every point, like the eye contact, body language, how can she improve her body language, and where she has to improve in her next future speeches. And I think all the suggestions were very positive and helpful for the speaker. I really don't have anything to add for your evaluation. It was a wonderful evaluation and a wonderful speech. So let us give a huge round of applause for the speaker and the evaluator. And I request the members to vote in the WhatsApp, the ballot sent on the WhatsApp group for the best speaker and the evaluator. Now it is time to call the TAPG team to give their reports. Firstly, let us call the timer for today, Toastmaster Sushruth.
The times taken by each speaker goes like this. First speaker Sheeb, 6 minutes 40 seconds. Evaluator for first speaker Vijay Upendra sir, 3 minutes. Second speaker Sanjana, 7 minutes 50 seconds. And evaluator for Sanjana Rajaprasad sir, 3 minutes 40 seconds. And time taken by each table topic speakers is written on the board. You can see that. And that's it, and thank you and back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushruth. Just one small suggestion would be that, like, you can read out the time taken by the sergeant and by the president, the secretary report and everything, and not just the speakers, evaluators and the table topics. I think even you missed out the G's time, so that's it. I think you'll correct it from next time. Next, can we have the R counter DTM MU Bhat?
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. I think today I had not much work to do. We did amazingly well for ourselves. Only let me come part by part. The first thing is Sergeant at Arms Shiva, flawless performance as R counter. Of course, I won't say the same thing about your tabletops. I think there was 1 hour, otherwise it's okay. And also as a PP evaluator, also there was 1 hour. It's acceptable. There is nothing special about it. President was flawless. Master of Ceremonies, flawless, excellent performance as far as the R counter went. Table topic master Dhanush, amazing performance. No R's or Ums, very nice performance. And both the speech evaluators, Vijay Upendra and Sheeb, flawless performance as far as the R counter went. There's no R's or Ums or whatever. Shiva, I think, Raja, I think you had a couple of R's and one repeated word and you have. And also you would have to work with the crutch word, what I felt is the like. Many times you use the word like. I think probably you may like to work on that. And our table topic responses, I won't take it very seriously because ours are quite natural. But even then we had flawless performances there, except for like Vijay Upendra, flawless performance, even in table topics, except some R's by MU Bhat, Gaurav, and Pavani. 2 persons only, I think we need to work a bit more on their roles. One is Mamatha, where is you need to work on your R's. I think too many, as in your role as a grammarian itself, you had quite a few R's. And Pavani, you are flawless as far as your minutes of meeting presentation was concerned. Excellent performance. Even your table talks also was near flawless, there was only 1 hour. But your general evaluation, you had quite a few hours of creeped in. Probably you need to, you can visit, you can see the YouTube performance and see what exactly is going on there. And you have got a 1 repeated words and. That is acceptable for a general evaluator, it happens like that. But ask probably you can work on. Otherwise, an excellent performance by most of us, a very well conducted meeting as far as our counter condemned, everybody did very well. Congratulations on that, and with that, back to general evaluation.
Thank you, DTM U Bhat, for that detailed report. Your introduction to the role of the accountant in the beginning also was very clean and clear. Moving on to the next Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator, Toastmaster Shiva.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Once again, very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters. If you pulled me aside today and asked, Shiva, you were the PP Evaluator, how did the meeting go? Did anybody talk in between? Did anybody speak about sex, religion or politics? Did anybody enter or exit the room during the applause? And did any phones ring? I have only one word for you. Govinda. There was a Govinda in the meeting today, but it was not used in a religious sense. There is a very famous Bollywood actor, Govind. So, I would say today's meeting was flawless. Back to the general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva, for that report. Next, we have the Grammarian Toastmaster Mamatha.
Good evening, everyone. Today's word was not used by anybody except Ujwal, he used twice, Dhanush he used once, and Pavani she used once. That's it. And the good usages is supremely, swap, vivid, hurdle, hampering, sabotage, amazed, plethora, blasphemous, commotion, clone, mobilized, intangible and tangible, prey, flag it off, authentic and top notch. These were the good English words which I felt. And the bad usages is might own a bike can be own a bike, a start can be we started, speeding can be we picked up the speed, full sunny can be it was hot, everywhere rain can be land surrounded by rain everywhere. And business will go up can be business can make profit. That was the changes I think people can make it while communication. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamatha, for that neatly crafted report. You gave that introduction in the beginning as well. I've seen you in the previous meetings you had not given, and this time at least you have tried that, so I really appreciate you for trying out something. You told us about the importance of communication, which will be nearing for the next 2 years. So, a good job on that. Let us have a huge round of applause for all our role takers. And there was a guest who walked in right now. So, sir, can we have your introduction and how you got to know about the club?
Mr. Veerabhadrappa actually suggested me. He's not there, right?
He's not.
So I wanted to.
Your name, sir?
Pavani.
Oh, thank you. Moving on, we had, coming to the table topic master. I think he's busy in the phone. Table topic master, Toastmaster Dhanush. What a fun-filled session it was. It was amazing with all the interesting topics. Every one of us thoroughly enjoyed your session. Your topics were not monotonous and it was vivid. And you had the very beautiful presence of mind. Then you realized, and then you just came to the stage and you realized that you have to speak about the what is table topics, and you have to give introduction to your role, and you just told it naturally, and good job on that. The transitions or that small comments after everyone's take on the topic, I think it made the speakers feel very comfortable. So I think that good job on that as well, and everyone were comfortable while speaking, and we could see most of the speakers speaking above 1 or 2 minutes, except for me, I guess, because I didn't expect a table topic because I was a general evaluator. Yeah, and I don't have any suggestions. You did a fantastic job, and congratulations on that debutant role today. Let us have a huge round of applause for last but not the least, coming to the protagonist, that is Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Ujwal. You did a fantastic job. The MC's job is to knit together the entire meeting, and you were like the captain of the ship that who took forward the whole meeting very systematically. You were very well prepared, and we all could see that. The theme, coming to the theme, fear, forget everything and ride. It was very convenient, and what a great session overall it was. We had three people speak about the theme: Sergeant, the President, and MC. Everyone had different take or different views on the theme. And we could hear all the amazing speeches also today from their side. Coming to the transitions that you made, especially the way you connected the theme to the Ralph C's medley. Good job on that. Then you told there were 4 rules that has to be followed, and you connected it to the TAPG team. So that was the outstanding part in your role today, and you started off with full of enthusiasm, saying that fasten your seat belts. Good job on that. Your transitions throughout the session was very put together beautifully. The introductions of the speakers, evaluators, and the role takers were intact, and I really don't have any suggestions, and you did a fantastic job. Let us give Toastmaster Ujwal a huge round of applause. Coming to my general observations, I really want to see that gavel given to the Master of Ceremonies and then again handed over to the President. And overall it was a successful meeting. We had a great theme, 2 amazing speeches, fun-filled table topic session, and not so boring general evaluation. Always remember, do the thing you fear to do and keep on doing it, and that is the quickest way to conquer the fear. And here I am, forget everything and ride. Forgetting we all know that G's role is a task. It is not that easy. I always took a step back because I felt very scared, and I always feared the G's role. But here I am today conquering that fear. So that's it from my end. I hope you all had something to take back home today, and I over to the MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani. That was an incredible general evaluation. So this brings us to the end of that amazing trip we had today, and I hope you all enjoyed the wonderful journey with me. Before I hand over the charge back to the President, I would like to say that just like how a coin has 2 faces, the word fear has 2 meanings. Fear, forget everything and run, and fear, face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Thank you, and over to you, President.
Okay, we have very interesting members in this club. I see before I was walking there, only 12 responses. As soon as come, all have voted. So, okay, a very good job done for us. So, I'll be jumping off with the results of today. The best role taker MTG. It goes to our MC Toastmaster. And the best role taker tab G goes to Toastmasters. Okay, the best table topic speaker for the day again goes to Toastmaster Shivaprasad. The best evaluator for the day goes to the king of our club, Toastmaster